Good morning YouTube, the Lofty Biker here. It's bike testing day. Very interesting, got a few bikes to have a go at. Today I'm going to take out the Honda CRF1100L DCT 2022 model. Really looking forward to this one. If you're interested, stick around. Okay YouTube, it seems to have stopped raining temporarily. So, what have we got here? Oh, this is comfy. This is 2022 CRF 1100L Africa Twin Adventure Sport. Standard seat, it's got the passive suspension, so it's not quite as expensive as the top of the range. If you buy the top of the range with the plus pack, they're knocking on 20 grand now. I think these are about 17, but still. Right, we're in S2. I've got to say, every time I get on an Africa Twin, I feel comfortable. Don't know what it is. I took the NT1100 out earlier on. It's a lovely, lovely bike. In fact, I should probably end up buying one, I think. But there's just something about these Africa Twins. They're lovely, lovely bikes. So, here we go, up to 50. The good news is it stopped raining. I'm not sure what the footage of the earlier videos will be like, but we've got a chance for the next half an hour or so while we're out on this Africa Twin. So here we go. Easy to read dashboard. It's not changed really since it came out in the end of 2019-20. This is the one with a touch sensitive screen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, connectivity, all the rest of the nonsense. We've got USB socket on the right, we've got a power outlet on the left, cruise control on the right, manual, automatic, and your drive modes. I mean S2, like I say. Nice bike. I always feel, even though it's got big wheels, it's ever such a sure-footed bike. You know, it's a nice piece of kit. Typical on the brakes, very nice. Beautiful. Same as the other ones, fairly hard seat, fairly firm seat, but comfy. It's a big old stretch to get up here though. I'm 6'5", and to be fair, to chuck my leg over, I do find it quite a challenge. We've caught the lights, how about that? Amazing. A lot of people use the, what's now famous as the Rishi Vida mount, if you've ever seen him. On the side stand, lock onto the right, put your left foot on the left footrest, and away you go. It does work, it's very effective, especially if you're only a little. Oh, there we go. Just drop it back down. You command a good riding position on the Africa Twin. It's a tall bike. It's a, what you call, off-road type machine. This is the, like I did say, it's the Adventure Sport. It's got the bigger petrol tank. You pay a bit more money for the Adventure Sport over the standard one because it's got the bigger petrol tank. I don't know which one you need. I really don't know. I know there's different seats and slightly different heights. You can get them as low as 825 millimeters with a one seat option, and I believe it goes up to something like 880 with the other seat option, which is very, very high. As I say, if you get on it or mounted via the I'll let this lorry come through. If you mount it via the sides, the pegs, the foot pegs, it's quite easy. It doesn't really matter how much higher it gets. Bulgarian lad. Yeah, it's so it doesn't really matter. It's like I say, 6'5", I can touch the floor easy, no problem at all. But if you are sort of challenged, to be fair, the NT1100 is a far better choice for somebody who's sort of like what you call average height, 5'5" to 5'10". I'd say go NT1100 every single day of the week. Unless you come from more of an off-roady background and you're not bothered about your feet dangling and whatever, because let's face it, if you ride motocross bikes, the seats are pretty right up in the air, like as if you need scaffolding to get on them. So that's where they come from with the ground clearance on the off-road bike. But the actual engine is virtually identical between the Africa Twin and the NT1100. There's not much difference. They're mapped slightly different and the valve timing slightly different. But to be honest, the engine's the same. The actual frame is identical. This has got a full IMU. Don't get me wrong, the actual electronic package on this bike are better than the NT1100. It is a slightly more refined motorcycle. It's got longer travel forks, bigger wheels, longer travel suspension. Nice bikes, to be fair. I like both of them. And to be honest, once you've been riding around on the DCT for a while, you'd never go back. You just pull up here. I'll wait for this car. Just pull up at the junction here. You ain't going to stall. It don't matter what you do. You ain't got to worry about the clutch or fluffing it. You just turn the throttle nice and gently. Round it goes, and away you go. So here we go. The rear end does sink a little bit on this when you give it some throttle, but there's more than enough power. At 100 brake or 101, whatever it is, more than enough power. Steering's light. It's very windy. I hope you can hear me. Very, very windy. I must admit, I do like these bikes. In fact, I like them that much, I'm probably going to consider when the warranty, because I had a 3-year warranty on my RS, and the warranty will be up sometime in the end of the summer. I think it's pretty certain I shall be probably changing this year, and whether I go for the Africa Twin or whether I go for the NT1100, which is probably slightly favoured at the moment, I will probably have one of these, and I will have the DCT. That is a guarantee. I'm a big fan. I like it. I find it easy, comfortable, especially when you're touring two up. It's no bother at all, is it, DCT? Right, so here we go. Nice slow manoeuvre there. People worry about having no clutch in the mountains. I've never heard such nonsense in my life. It doesn't make any difference at all. So, cancel that indicator. We're doing 30 mile an hour down the hill. It won't let you engage the cruise in third gear for some reason. But still, not a problem. So going down through the little village, it is brightening up a little bit. I must admit, when I was out on the Suzuki, I hope the footage comes out, because it absolutely belted down. It was like freezing rain. My poor old bald head was getting belted by the rain, and I was cold. But I've dried everything off, and I'm back on this now. I'll just overtake this car. Yeah, it's a nice bike, this is. You just have to remember you've got a 21-inch front wheel sometimes. I'm a bit tentative because it's wet. Right, we're doing 45, let's give the back brake a go. Yeah, it's pretty much the same back brake as on the NT1100. Round we go. I'll just come round the bend, straighten her up. Nobody about again. 45. Quite a bit of fork dive, but no problem at all. Did you see how it automatically went from third gear to first as soon as I jammed the brakes on and stopped me? I tell you what, these gearboxes, they are fantastic. I have read somewhere that occasionally you might have to do a reset. Here, we'll go down the hill. 45, 50, jam them both on. No problem at all. I can feel the ABS kicking in slightly on the back. So when you look at the dash, you've got a lovely, lovely tachograph, big speedo, digi-speedo, showing that we're in second gear in S2 mode. We've got 2 bars on the fuel gauge, we're warm. We're in tour mode, there's 4 modes, we're in tour mode. It says we're doing 80 to the gallon coming down there, but I doubt it. We've got a range of about 100 mile or so. It's a big tank, like I say. The date's there, 10 degrees, it's warmed up a bit. Bluetooth's there, clock at the top. So you've got your power, your EB, which is engine braking, your T, which is traction control, G, whatever that is, it's got cancel, I don't know, and ABS is on. You can switch it off and put it in off-road mode. I quite like the idea of having full traction control. You can put it into user mode and you can dial them in to suit yourself, whether you want more engine braking or less engine braking, whether you want less traction control kicking in. It's a fantastic idea, really. They've got it well sussed, and every time I ride this bike I just feel so comfortable. And that's why I did like the NT1100. It's a bit like riding the same bike, only 6 inches smaller, lower, not smaller, lower. Because the NT doesn't feel a small bike. You know, I know the Africa Twin is a big bike, but the NT doesn't feel a small bike. It's got, like I say, a different subframe on the rear. Okay. So we go up the hill and turn around. You can tell that this bike has done more mileage than the NT I took out. Everything's just that little bit looser. Everything's just been changed slightly. One thing that this bike has got, from what Mark tells me, I'll show you. So here we are, flappy paddles, yeah? Let me pull that down. Flappy paddles, up and down. Thumb, finger. It's also got the optional extra manual gear change. Anyway, let's have a look at the bike. Okay folks, the big boy, the Africa Twin. As you can see, standard seat. It does change, you can go up and down. 2 other options, there's a lower seat, there's an higher seat. Let me just swing my leg over. Oh, it's a big old girl. We're on a slope as well. So, what do you think? What do you think? Lovely bike, isn't it? So comfy. I'll just show you the pegs. There's the pegs. Not quite as much leg room as on some other sports tourers and adventure bikes, but plenty there. This has got the big petrol tank. My knees in, my legs, they're, what are they? 90 odd degrees or easier. It's so big and comfy. Nice bike, really like it. It's got a funny handbrake where the front brake used to be. You put it in, push your finger, click, right, handbrake's on, solid as a rock, very good. You just pull it, click it off. How good's that? Not bad at all. Right, let's just get off it. We've got no centre stand on this model, but we have got, like I said, the extra is the manual gear lever. What do you think? Good looking beast, isn't it? Good looking beast. I really do like this bike. I think the colourway is absolutely sublime. Cracking red, it's more like a burgundy red. Beautiful, isn't it? Lovely, lovely looking bike. Chain drive, of course. So let's just have a look at the dash. Try and get it a bit level. Let's put the handbrake back on. Right, so lift it up. I'll lift it up. So key, we got a key. Keys all round on this model. Let the dash power up. Africa Twin. It's a bit slow, isn't it? The rider is responsible. Touchscreen, there you go. Now look at that. There's all your modes. Your modes across the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 different modes. Mileage to gallon, range, voltage, date, day and date, time. Side stands on, 10 degrees. How about that? Easier powered engine braking, traction control. I don't know what the G cancel stands for. And we've got ABS on. We're in neutral because I'm using the manual, and we've got 2 bars on the fuel. What do you think? When you're in Apple CarPlay and you do something with a screen or whatever, it connects up to Android Auto, you've still got this little small LCD which tells you how fast you're going, what gear you're in, and how many miles you've got before you're empty. I'll show you the switch gear. Quite complicated on this one, there's plenty of it. Start, we got your manual or auto, neutral, drive, S mode. Activate the cruise control, FN button. We're coming across on the other side. God, we've got more buttons on there than the bloody flight deck of a Boeing 747, but they all do something. I don't want to mess. So I'll just show you around a bit more. I'll just give you a quick look at that gear lever. There it is. That's an optional extra. Pretty good really, isn't it? Just plug and play. It's electronic, of course. Coming round. Pretty bike, innit? Shall we have a listen? Nice burble at tick over. Listen to this. Oh, throaty, throaty, throaty. Doesn't it sound good? Okay, so let's just give you a few specs. This is the Honda CRF1100L DCT Adventure Sports Africa Twin. Beautiful bike. There's 2 variants. There's the standard Africa Twin and there's the Adventure Sport. Size of the petrol tank mainly the difference, plus height and little bits and pieces. We've got 2 seat options. You can actually spec out these Africa Twins between an 825 and an 895, which is mega high. They do adjust as well. So we've got a manual 6-speed, or we've got the DCT. Now, if you have the manual if you have the manual 6-speed, you can have the up and down quick shifter blipper, which is very good. I personally like the DCT, so I would stay with the DCT. Chain drive, very nice bike. So what we got? A 1084cc parallel twin, 270 degree crank angle, around 100 brake horsepower at 7,500 revs, 77 foot-pound at 6,250 revs. We got a 21-inch front on this beast, and we got an 18-inch rear. The big boy comes with a 24.8. That's 25 litres as near as, damn it, big tank. The DCT version weighs in at 248. So the NT 1100 and the Africa Twin with the DCT are pretty similar. We got 2-channel ABS selectable with an IMU. Big screen, 6.5 inch or something, TFT screen with connectivity, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The base model, the cheapest one with a manual, you can pick up the Africa Twin for around £13,000, going up to about £17,000. If you have the fully spec'd with a plus pack, which is the luggage and bits and pieces, and the auto suspension, you're talking £19,000. So they are pretty comparable to buying a fully blown GS. My opinion is it's a nicer bike altogether than the GS, but that's my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to get my helmet on. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, YouTube, so I've deliberately put it into manual mode this time, just to show you the variant of manual gear lever. So here we go. Can you see the N? Yeah, I never touched nothing. We're in drive, number 1. So we're in manual. second, third. So what we've got now is an automatic with a foot shift. So it's not really automatic, you're doing it manual. So here we go. First, second, sounding like a switch, but it's so effective. Third, and if you want to go the other way, you can use the flappy paddles. Fourth, fifth, third, or the foot peg. So I'm on foot change. So let's see what it feels like as a manual. Coming round onto the island. Dropped it into third gear, so we're going to do a third gear pull away. So here we go, third gear. So the foot paddle works very well. The flappy paddles on the handlebars, here we go. Third gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, there you go, sixth. Drop it down with your foot into fifth, fourth. Right, so I'm going to stick it now into drive. That's standard D mode, which is what you would use if you was out on tour with the missus. So coming round nice and steady, it's gone sixth, fifth, fourth. I think I'll probably need another gear, third, second, I'll do it myself. There we go. So we're in drive, standard mode, up the hill. How smooth is that? So I'll just drop the revs off again. I'll put it into Sport 2, right? So drop it down. We're in third gear in Sport 2 now. It's a bit of a tool, isn't it? You've got options, you see. I'm going to let the lorry go because I'm turning left here. If you've enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more of the Lofty Biker videos, just press subscribe, ring the bell, press like, leave a comment. I've got to say I've not found the screen so bad this time as last time I rode it. I felt like I got quite a bit of buffeting, but it's not been so bad this time. You can raise the screen, I've not bothered. There's two little pinch bolts here, you just push them and pull it up, it's ever so easy. It's a far better mechanism than what's on the NT1100, but it's a slightly more premium bike. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. This is the Lofty Biker saying ta-ra for now. Ta-ra!